what I would like to do is to resolve any changes we want to make, and then present them at a November meeting. So we can have them voted on and over and done with. And then our Christmas party is what I'd like to talk next. The Ghost Town is having a Christmas event on the 18th, which I believe is the same day of our meeting in December. But it's probably going to be in the evening. They're going to have a play, a musical. It's kind of a combination of several Christmas stories put together. One of the budding,
Authors?
I guess author would be a good word. Anyway, created it, and they're going to be showing that. And of course, they'll have some Christmas festivities. But, I love to come out to the Ghost Town, and, it's one of my favorite places. I'm sure a lot of other people would rather maybe go to Tres Amigos like we did a couple years ago. So I just kind of wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. I do want to have a December meeting because I want our November meeting to get our announcements about, let's see what I got written down here. Okay. I got some list ideas for fundraisers too, but we can let that go to another time if we run too late here. But I'm just kind of waiting on my Donna. I think she was going to join us, at least in part. Did everybody get a chance to review the bylaws?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take that a yes from everybody. So on the items that I picked, which I kind of incorporated what Emil had, I do approve of all the rewording that you did. I think that really doesn't need any discussion. It just was clarification. So there's the things I would, want to change maybe. The first one I mentioned, a new member may participate in club activities, discussions, and committees after immediately becoming eligible to vote on the 30th calendar day. And I think that's too long. So I made one suggestion where we make that 14 days. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk to you about, how we would handle that. So it says a new member may participate in club activities, discussions, and the committees immediately and becomes eligible to vote on club matters on the 30th day. So what I'm wondering is, then instead of making a month, why couldn't we make it effective immediately? Is there a reason? If somebody joins in November, pays their membership dues in November, is there any real good reason why they couldn't vote on our bylaws once they, are given a quick review?
The purpose of the waiting between a person joining and the person having voting rights was to hinder, and this has been since I've joined, is to hinder candidates from packing the membership and voters, that people join just to vote for the candidates, for the endorsements.
I remember specifically, and the one person who did just that. She brought her entire family, and, of course, she did get our endorsement. She was not my favorite person. However, she did get the votes. So whatever she was doing convinced people to vote for her. I'm thinking that might be an exceptional case.
Well, no, the logic had preceded that event.
Yes,
that was carried over from the previous bylaws that existed before I joined. So it had been previously discussed and thought that was the rationale.
Well, and the other, for instance, might be having given notice that we were going to discuss pro and cons of Prop A and then vote on whether to support it or not, Prop A people could have packed our membership and then skewed our
Submitted
vote.
and-
So
Yeah. Well,
I'm for 30 days. I don't know that we should be vetting people, but the people that are signing on via our Facebook page, I've been trying to look them up before I agree to let them in, but I don't get around to it fast
Yeah.
enough. And I don't know if we should be vetting everybody, but somebody like the recent one that is a for instance was somebody named John Smith, and he's from a precinct that has 2 voters because it's a commercial district downtown.
2 or 3 years old. I think it's closer to 2 years, but anyway, nothing on it.
And he doesn't have a picture of himself. So he's already asked me, are we going to advertise our in-person meeting for November? And I said, yes, stay tuned. So hopefully we meet him in November. Let's make an effort.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's, certainly we can invite him to the meeting because we are going to be at Tres Amigos. So it's not like they can come into Zoom and, create problems or anything. So
Yeah.
if he comes to Tres Amigos, then we can have him arrested because, anything if he were to be behave improperly in public like that, that's easy.
Yeah.
And
But-
I always invite some of, like
Mhm.
Sally Hernandez anyway. So if somebody like that is there, they can certainly take charge. So in the case of John Smith, I think we'll just hold off. We'll see if he comes in to Tres Amigos, and then he can buy a membership.
Yeah.
And we, and that will take care of that. As far as see, I kind of have 2 feelings about people stuffing the ballot box, so to speak. It's not really it's an endorsement that could take on false meaning if it happens too many times in the wrong direction. But at the same time, I'm trying to think of her name. Damn it, she ran against Greg Hitt. But anyway, we got an extra what? I think it was $10 at the time, and we had an extra $60, 60 or so, maybe as much as $100. I know she was stuffing the ballot box, and but some of those people came in the day of the vote. They weren't all 30 days ahead of time. So if this has been from the beginning, it's not working, or we're not enforcing it.
We did not enforce it.
Okay, so to my way of thinking, there's no point in having a rule unless we enforce it. So
Agree.
if that's the case, then we have to keep records showing, and we keep records of when somebody comes, pays their dues. Jane has that down, but then we're going to have to check that before we allow anybody to vote. And we're going to have some kind of mechanism for voting that prohibits anybody, and that's one reason why I also suggested that we do our voting online, like we did for the endorsement this past prop. Just do that all the time, because voting in the meeting takes up meeting time, and I remember one meeting where that's all we did. And it was very fancy. We had the computers all set up, and everybody voted. But there again, that was a meeting that took place when half our people were downtown protesting, and the only people that showed up to vote were the candidates. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So that's not a good deal either. So by voting online, people can do it. They're going to have it like a 2-week window that they can do it, so we can tally it up and announce it at the next meeting. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. And If you want to have the 30 days, then we're going to have to set up a mechanism to be damn sure that nobody's voting outside of that 30 days. Otherwise, let's get rid of it. And, you know, we just take in their money and let them vote. If somebody wants to spend $200 or $300 to get our endorsement, go for it. I don't know. That's up to you guys, however you feel about it. Somebody want to make a motion to do one or the other?
Huh.
That says it all, Mandy.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of annoying to always be making exceptions to our rules. At the same time, it's like, well, if it means that we get 10 more membership fees paid that day, then that's kind of the flip side. So I don't know. But if people are truly engaged with the club and really true members of the club that should participate in endorsements, then they should be paid. They should know in advance that they need to be paid up.
Yes.
Well, that if that's what we're going to do, then we have to be sure that we announce it, not only in our
Right.
meeting. Oh, what happened to Jane?
Looks like she dropped. Maybe she's traveling and lost her
She might be
connection.
on the phone.
She'll
Okay,
be back probably. But
back to that, we're going to have to announce in November that they have to be a member now in order to vote. Okay.
well,
Then
and the
the-
sooner the better, because as you know, some clubs start doing their endorsements and announcing them in December because people want to put it on their literature and whatever.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. Again, now December, I wanted to keep kind of a small meeting because I'd rather have a Christmas party, you know, be the purpose of our December meeting. But certainly in January, we tell everybody in November, you've got to have your membership now to be able to vote in January. If you haven't already paid your dues, you have to pay them now. And if you wait till December, I believe I said the revised dues for December will be $20. So if they pay in November, it's 15. We make it effective December 1st, is $20 for the following year. Now,
Well, the
everybody that
earliest-
bought in at 15 is, go ahead.
Yeah. I think we okay. We could do something less than 30 days so that if we have a meeting, okay, say if we have a meeting in November and say we're going to vote on something on December, if we made it 20 days or 25 days or something like that, they could pay at the meeting and they're good, or they could pay online in the next few days and they're still good. But then we have a cutoff date of people who are eligible to, and we have time for the treasurer and secretary to come up with a list of people who are current members to check on that, because those would, if we are voting on endorsements, which is the important thing, and if I do that as an online, we give a queue number, a registration number to vote only to the people who have paid. And if we have people trying to join on the day, it's very difficult for me to generate more numbers on the day. So if we pick, I don't know, 15 days, 20 days, or whatever, that might be better than 30 days, because then you could catch the people and give them a chance to vote, to get signed up and pay their dues, and give us time to be able to check and actually enforce that for endorsements.
Okay, that was my thinking when I wrote that, suggestion about 14 days. 15 days works just as well. I was thinking in the terms of 2 weeks as opposed to half a month. So 14, 15. Yes, Carol.
Yeah, I'm saying 14 because the earliest our meetings would be is on a 15th. So if they pay it on the 1st, they'd be eligible at the meeting. Correct?
For the 14
Aha.
days, yes.
So 14 days?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So 14, but from the 1st to the 14th, they have to be paid dues member to vote at the next meeting.
They have, okay, to vote at a given meeting, they have to have been an active member for 14 days.
Yeah. As opposed to the 30, the way it's written now.
And we can
Mhm.
publish that the month or two before that.
Yeah, like we want to have it done in November so we can be sure everybody's ready to vote in January.
Yeah.
And I don't want to back it up any further. First of all, because our December meeting should be a Christmas party and, you know, concentrating on just camaraderie and Christmas and just being fellowship. But then January is going to be a very business meeting. And
Yes.
then, and I want to be able to, as soon as our January meeting, well, when our January meeting starts, the voting should all be done because we have that 14 days. You get it done beforehand. So we can announce in January. That's my
Where's
thinking.
Jane?
Yeah, Jane, yes. We lost
When
you there
is-
for a moment.
When is the close of candidates filing?
That I don't know. It's usually around the 15th of December or something like that. It's about the middle somewhere.
Mhm.
I think it varies from time to time, but
So we may be,
yeah, that's another thing. We don't know who all's running until they all register.
yeah, we kind of know so far, but there could be some last minute
Absolutely.
also rans.
So we
Or-
cannot, yeah, we cannot really do anything until everybody has filed to run.
Right.
So we couldn't do anything in December anyway. So it
Yeah.
has
So
to
are we
Yeah,
going
we
to be doing candidate endorsement in January or February?
I'd like to do it in January if we can figure out to be logical, you know.
Yeah. Now, what we need to do before January is select the offices that we will have, that we will attempt to endorse for. And that we can do pure generically. The offices are going to be up for election sometime. And we can, but that's something we, the EC, can do. But we should start publicizing that here's the list of offices that we're going, that we will consider endorsing for. Like we normally don't consider endorsing for president because we can't get that cycled in. But we would probably be doing all the county judges, all the district judges, and so on.
Well, like
But
governor, lieutenant.
Yeah, state offices.
yeah, and I would think so too. But I mean, that's a baseline we can have in December.
Right. And
Actually,
and
who
too,
is
with the
who is
new,
going to be on it?
Yeah, with the new districts coming up, I mean, well, that's another thing. I'm going to start publishing for our November meeting. It's going to be at Tres Amigos at 11 o'clock, like it always is. We're going to have James Tellerico and Greg Kassar and Bridget Shea as our main speakers. We may also have Celia Israel may pop in. She hasn't decided yet. Cheryl Cole may pop in. But those are the people that are going to directly affect our area, you know, in general. So the Greg and James, or Jim, if we call him that, I'm not sure. But anyway, James and Greg and Bridget are already committed. So we can, you know, post that, advertise it right away and get that out there. Then during the meeting, we're going to talk about our bylaws, get them passed and done. So that's why we're going to decide everything today. So it's ready to present. Say, please vote. Now, as far as our voting on the bylaws, definitely they should be paid members. So, anybody who's not paid up in November cannot vote at that meeting. We'll have to have, what will we do? What do we want to do? Announce it in November and vote? And then say they're finalized in December?
Yeah, let's think hard about what offices we're going to endorse.
Well, now let's not mix up yet here.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
talk
sorry.
about-
I'm sorry.
And we're just talking about the bylaws, because I want to
Yeah.
handle them first.
I'm
So
sorry.
at our November meeting, we will present them. And we can tell people at that time, you have to be a member. And if you're a member right now, it's only $15. If you wait till December, it's 20. But if you
Well,
are a
actually-
member.
January.
Well,
No,
actually,
I'm
do we want to?
proposing. Wait, let me say this. I'm
Okay.
proposing we revise the dues December 1st of 2021, effective through December 31st, 2022, to $20. And that is for the year of January 1 through December 31st. In other words, in December, if you pay your dues, it's $20.
So that's a decision for the EC, the dues.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but we have to change the addenda to do that, and that's on my list today.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. But the first thing on my list was the to change that
Okay.
become eligible to vote on club matters on the 14th day after initial
Yes.
dues are paid.
Works
So-
for me.
Okay, well then somebody make an amendment, make a motion so we can vote on it and make it legal. And Carol, you got to be taking notes in this meeting. I'm sorry.
This meeting?
Um,
No, the November meeting.
November. Now I got the recording. Never mind. I
Okay,
got the
okay.
recording going.
I can take the minutes in the November meeting. Now,
Okay.
semantics. After 14 days or on the 14th day?
On the 14th calendar day after initial dues payment. So not the
Okay.
day of the payment, but 14th day after that, which is the maximum of 15 days if they've paid by the first, if they pay on the first. And so they could, if they pay out, that means that unless we have an irregularly early meeting, if they pay by the first of the month, they can vote in that month's meeting.
Okay, that's the idea. All right.
Okay.
So somebody needs to make a motion, and I suggest it be Emil, because I want you to word it so it's clear, and then we
Okay.
will vote on that. So you move
Uh,
to amend to say,
Okay, let's see, let's use the, if you let me share my screen, I'll just show it to you.
that's fine.
You have to turn it on for me.
I thought it already was.
No, we didn't do the ritual of turning things on for this meeting.
Well, they should have been automatically already on. Do you have a share
There we
screen?
go. It's on now. Let's see, this should be it. Okay. Do you see the Article 2 on your screen?
It should be number 1. Matters on the 30th day. It should be 14.
No, here, okay, I have the bylaws on the screen. Don't I?
No, you have my letter.
Ah, okay, that's okay. I'm sorry, I'll stop that share. And now does it say bylaws?
No, it's still the same screen.
Oh, okay. For review. I'm sorry, I'm clumsy today.
Well, actually, the item on that paper is quoted directly from the bylaws. Okay, there's the bylaws.
Okay, and so down here, a new member shall, okay, I move to amend Article 2, shown paragraph as stated here. A new member may participate in club activity discussions and committees immediately and becomes eligible to vote on club matters on the 14th calendar day after the initial dues payment.
Okay,
I trust.
is there a second?
I second.
Okay, it has been moved and second to amend the statement to changing the number 30th to 14. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor of making that change signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed? Same sign. Okay, apparently we have a couple of abstainers. Tina, do you have an opinion?
Oh, yeah, aye. Sorry.
Okay, Mandy?
Sorry. I didn't know I could vote. Sorry.
Yes, you're a member of the executive committee.
Okay.
So Mandy,
Yes.
are you voting aye or nay?
Oh, I'm voting aye. Sorry.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded and voted in the positive, so this change will be made. So the next one I would like to discuss is the revision and update of the index of the addenda to the bylaws. And if
Oh.
we look at those in the bylaws, which we now have on the screen. Oh, wait a minute, what's that yellow there within 72 hours? What is that?
That's from what you mailed out, your items for review.
Okay. Which one
And
is-
you have marked down there, record and publish minutes of all meetings, but
Oh,
within 70.
Yes, yes. I would like to shorten that up. Record and publish minutes with via social media. Now this is up to Carol, of course, if she's taking minutes at a meeting, public meetings, and Tina, possibly Mandy, the person who's going to make sure that gets out there. Can we do this in 48 hours as opposed to 72? Now, here's another thing. I want to consider, even though we're in person, consider Zoom at the meeting to record. What do you think?
Zoom meetings and recording them, that's easy enough to post. My only problem, 72 hours seems reasonable to me. If I had a bunch of things going on one weekend, I might have a hard time getting to it,
Mhm.
within 2-3 days.
It's currently 72 hours. I think Sandra's trying to make it even quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if it were 48 hours, that would be, from Saturday at the end of the meeting, 1 o'clock to Sunday, that's 24. And then from Sunday.
It would be
1 o'clock-
Monday. Yeah, it would be Monday noonish.
Right. And that would be 48.
Yeah,
So if
I
we-
would find that difficult.
Okay.
I never got any of the films up that fast.
Well, that and if we have a lot of speakers or an in-depth topic, if y'all will grant me grace when we do have a voluminous meeting.
Well, yeah, I'm not, I don't want to make this hard and fast, but I would like to have it as soon as possible. So instead of saying 72 hours, can we say as reasonably soon as possible or something like that? Instead of having a hard and fast number. 72 hours. So would that be 3 days? Is that 3 days?
Yes. That would give me till noon Tuesday.
Well, maybe that's all right. Maybe we'll just leave that alone then.
I would thank you for that.
Okay, all right.
So,
But I
no-
would
no-
request that if it's possible to do sooner, please, and it's the reason I'm doing this and then, the endorsements and everything is because if you go from month to month, people lose interest. And by the time we got our endorsements done, nobody cared, on Prop A because they had gone
Mhm.
on, pushing. Jim Hendricks didn't even publish that NETCoDems endorsed it. Never mentioned it. He mentioned some other clubs because they were faster than us, but our name was not in there at all. It's because we took too long. So
Well-
that's where I'm coming from. So we'll just leave the 72, but if you can get it faster, it just means better for the club. So we'll let it go at
Mhm.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, we sent it, the information of the endorsement to Noel Prop A within 24 hours of the meeting.
Right. But it was already too late. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's because the meeting was too late.
Exactly. Because we had this
Okay.
30-day thing. That's
Okay,
why I
which
want
is-
to, pump it up a little bit. Because if we decide we want to endorse something, then, we got 14 days to get everybody to vote. We can do that before the next meeting. We can do it on the
Mhm.
15th day or the 16th day, when we vote online like we did. Because literally we had almost all the numbers as it was. We didn't get more than 25 or 26 votes, right? And we had those
Yes.
initially. So we could have announced 2 days later. And, it would have been.
If we had closed the vote, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking at this item now. Endorsements we voted during regular. Let's see.
Yes.
All right. So what would we want that to say?
Well,
Is it-
if we can vote online, that will change the statement endorsements will be voted during duly called regular meeting. Because now it will state endorsements will be voted on in an online fashion.
I've got this. There's a separate thing in the bylaws also that already says that the executive committee can decide to use online instead of regular meetings.
Yes, I remember saying that. So maybe we can just take that out.
Okay.
Can we just
Mhm.
take it out?
Okay, that would be part of. And then there's the second half. Membership will be given.
Yeah, see, that's part of what we talked about earlier.
Yeah. So you would want to change this. Okay, we doing immediate votes. Okay, you have to give people time to respond and consider. The idea goes back to the point where you only did anything at meetings. And so you didn't want people to walk into a meeting and say, hey, we're going to vote on this today. You wanted them prepped a certain amount of time in advance by telling them in the previous meeting. Things go a little bit faster now, but we need to tell people in advance of any time we're going to do a vote. Or if we're doing it online, say, open the vote, but give them a minimum amount of time to respond. I mean, whether that's 14 days or whatever. So that, and ideally, in the best of times, we will have take meeting time with people talking about the issue.
Well, we, like I said earlier, membership be given at least 30 days notice of the date of the vote. No, let's take that out entirely, because what'll happen is we will announce or discuss either a particular proposition, possibly candidate, whatever the endorsement is, and then voting will begin from that first day through the 14 days that we mentioned earlier, online.
Okay.
Can't we leave that sentence in and just change it to 14 days? Notice?
Well, it's not, because we're not giving them, the notice will be given at the meeting.
Well,
And
here's another thought. Endorsements will be announced. Voting for endorsements will be announced either at a regular called meeting or via membership email
okay,
and social media. And that would give 14 days notice. So you could,
And maybe post it on the
what we did
website.
before, we could have announced it before the meeting, a week or two before the meeting, and then open the voting after 14 days notice.
All we have to worry about is the closure date.
No. You were right up to a point, and then you kind of backtracked yourself. What you want to do is announce a possible vote at the meeting through social media and email. You know, at that regular meeting and social media and the email for 14 days. We will begin the vote, or no, they can vote. You know, they can start voting immediately after the meeting for 14 days. Then at the end of
Well,
that,
see, the announcement has to be 14 days, is what you're saying.
no, I'm saying that, okay, I'm in the November meeting. Okay. Let's just use the proposition for simplicity. We have a new proposition that we're going to vote on. I announce it at the meeting. I announce at the meeting that this will also be available on, news of this will be available on our social media, Facebook. I will send out also an email to all our membership. We want you to consider whether you support this or not. And in the next 14 days, we want you to vote. That's the announcement.
Yeah.
Okay, so no announcement period before voting.
Okay.
Right,
Is that what you're saying?
right. We announced
got
and it's made it immediately available for voting.
Okay.
And you're limited to that 14 days so that Emil or whoever helps him, maybe Tina. Tina, by the way, has a very ill parent, so I think she dropped out because she got called away.
No, Tina's
But-
there.
Here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. Your picture must have fallen off my screen.
No, I'm
But
still, I'm
anyway,
listening.
but Tina, of course, is a very important, integral part of this whole thing because she does the, announcements sometimes on our media. But here's the thing. We want them to start voting immediately, and the voting is open for 14 days. Once that voting is closed, then Emil or Tina or whoever can do the tally, come up with the results, and then they're available to announce at our next meeting or even
Mhm.
earlier, if, in the case of a proposition kind of thing,
Okay.
via
So
social
if
media.
if you have it on your screens, okay.
Okay,
Let's see. I've got voting for endorsements. Well, okay. Can I there's got to be able to make this bigger somehow.
one thing I would
Yeah.
like to say is instead of or, say and. It'll be announced at the meeting and social media and email.
Should we include the website or is that too complicated to keep up with?
Well,
Is
that
that-
is social media.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's part of
Oh, okay.
social media. So, yeah, social media includes Twitter, Facebook, the website. If we're on Instagram, any of those things. I don't think we are on Instagram, are we?
So that means that all endorsements must be announced at a regular meeting.
Yes,
That's okay. So voting for endorsements will be announced during a duly called regular meeting, and club social media and email
voting will be online. Membership should be given at
channels.
least 40 days to complete the vote. Okay,
The only thing I see wrong with that is if at a meeting somebody's attending for the first time and paying their dues, they won't be able to vote in the endorsements
why not?
because their 14-day
Well, they would not
hiatus.
have been able. That's true. They
That's
would not
true.
have been able to vote at the meeting either.
But that's
they
a
would have had-
limited population.
Yeah, to vote in. No, the thing is, if I get, that's why it says at least 14 days. 14 days would chop off people who had not registered earlier, had not paid their dues before the meeting.
I mean,
Okay.
that's how the CEC runs too, you know, like when they have new precinct chairs sworn in, if we vote that day, those precinct chairs can't vote.
Yeah.
We could make it. Let's see. Basically, if we set up an endorsement vote and we announce it at the
I like the at least 14 days to complete the vote because we could leave it open for 20 days or 15 days or 17 and a half days or.
So what you're saying is the at least can give us, we can open up.
room to move. Yeah.
Yeah, and if we announce in December, we're not going to have the cutoff before New Year's.
Okay,
We're going to keep the vote open in January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the thing
How
is,
about
in
saying-
December, we may not have all of the positions. We may have
Well-
just announced there will be an endorsement vote. And if we announce in January, then the soonest that if we have a January meeting, it would be close to the 1st of February that our endorsements are announced.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we,
So-
instead of giving it a day, can we say membership shall be given?
So this is a duration.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think that might want to change that from time to time. So membership shall be given a specific number of days to vote? Or
Well,
Instead of saying
the thing is, this
14?
prevents us from shortcutting the membership.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to go under 14 days
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about
for
going under,
endorsements.
but I was thinking about going over.
Yeah,
I was-
we would have been would have been in good shape on Prop A with 14 days. But we were at 30 days
Yeah.
constrained.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking about on this one is instead of having a specific number now in the bylaws, we say that we will announce a specific number of days to complete the vote. So it doesn't restrict us.
Well, no, we do want to have a minimum time so that we cannot have pop elections uh, that make it difficult for the membership to participate. That's
No, I
the
know
point of the
that, but what I'm saying, what I just wanted to get away from is that we can announce, that you can vote from today to, let's see, our meeting is November, wait a minute, is the 16th? The meeting's the 16th?
November 20.
Oh, it's late. Okay, so November 20. So we say, voting, on this can start today through, and then we pick a date. So in here, we would say, the membership shall be given specific dates to vote. I'm just trying to, I know we don't want to make it too short, but we might want to make it a little longer. But
Mhm.
then it's kind of depends on when the meeting is held.
Yeah.
But
But for example, for this, we can run the for as long as we want, but not less than 14 days. From our meeting on the 20th, if we announce these, the 14 days would be the 4th of December. And our meeting would normally be on the 18th.
right, okay.
So we can pick do we want to say that we will announce the closing date?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
So maybe
Yeah,
we should just make it 14 days. I'm asking you guys, what do you think? Do you
Well,
like it the way it's, go ahead.
The two votes we're asking for is November for them to vote on the bylaws.
Right,
And in December, another online voting will be for endorsements. Is that correct?
that's correct. And there's at the bottom of this page, I'm trying to show you the top is the endorsement, which we're changing right now at 14. And we would have to do the same thing on the bylaws. Since these bylaws are in effect, they get 30 days be given 30 days notice. Instead
At
of
the
14.
November meeting? Yeah. Ugh.
Well, that one we cannot shorten legally under the bylaws.
Right.
But and I'm not too sure that we need normally to. Okay, we'll argue that in a minute. This is just for endorsements, so it doesn't apply. This paragraph B does not apply to the bylaws. This is just voting on endorsements. Give them 14 days to complete the vote. Okay.
all right, then let's just go with that. I'm gonna say, I make a motion that we accept this statement as written at this time. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all of those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Any nays?
Aye. Sorry, I had mine on mute.
Are you
Okay.
saying a nay vote?
No, she said aye.
Okay, all right, good. All right, so that is significantly completed. So now the next item would be the articles. Is that it?
No, your next one is Article 8
Okay,
and amendment of the bylaws. Do we want to change that? You did not.
I did not see that.
Disregard. You did not put that on your agenda.
Yeah. But okay, let's review that then. Amendments to the bylaws. Members may amend the bylaws at a regular or special meeting. Members shall be given at least 30 days notice of the proposal and the date and venue of the meeting. Okay, again.
Yeah.
We want to say 14 again, I think.
Well, no, this is just, I don't think that we need any particular speed on changing the bylaws.
Okay,
We
so, but that means that if I announce the bylaws in November, which I hope to do, then we can't do anything with them until December because I got to give them 30 days notice.
We can't vote on them.
Right. And I want to vote before the December meeting so we can say they were accepted. So,
oh,
20, you're not going to make it.
yeah, so it has to be at least a 14 days notice.
But you can't change it for this vote
Why?
because the membership hasn't voted on it.
yeah,
This is not an executive decision, the bylaws,
you know,
all right?
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying that this is an item that the entire membership has to vote on?
Correct.
Okay, then we'll have to have wording set up so that'll be presented at the November meeting so they can vote on it.
that's correct.
So therefore, we say proposed changement to Article 8, General Provisions, Section A. We change the 30-day notice.
No, the earliest that you can, we can publish this, but we won't be able to vote at the November
Right.
meeting anyway. Okay, at the moment, there's nothing we can do to change this paragraph for the November meeting.
Right.
That's where our problem comes in because these restrictions were assumed that we weren't going to do anything from meeting to meeting. But like right now, we're in August or October 31st. 30 days from now is November 29th, I guess it would be, which is after our November meeting.
Yep. Yes.
So even if I were to send out an email right now to every member and said, I'm proposing this change, they couldn't do anything with it until the 29th of November, which is post-meeting.
Both
Correct.
of these paragraphs say that we have to announce at a regular meeting. That's why I was asking if we wanted to change the endorsements or even the bylaws changes to be announced through social media and email channels, not just only at a duly called regular meeting.
Right. That's exactly what we need to do so we can expedite things.
Yeah, regular or special called.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like it says that, or did you just change it?
He just changed that,
I
but
just
the above yellow paragraph needs to say or special meeting.
Which paragraph?
This one,
We're on amendments to the bylaws.
the top of the page.
Okay, give
The
it a
top of the
section.
page
Is
on
it up-
endorsements.
What article? What section?
Right there. Right there. What we just talked about.
Section B?
Yes.
Okay.
You're saying it can only be announced at a regular meeting. So I'm saying a regular meeting or special called meeting, like you just did below.
Be announced during a duly called regular meeting or special meeting. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That way you can do it, you can tilt the calendar
Okay,
before
make
a
it
regular
little easy.
meeting.
Make it, if we just delete regular at a duly called meeting.
okay. Any meeting.
or via,
Well, just like below, at a regular or special meeting.
Well, either way, it says the same thing. He's saying just take out the word regular and then it becomes any meeting. Or in the case, we can use social media or email channels. Or
Okay.
yeah.
I was just trying to make them very similar.
okay, let's go back and finish B the way we want it. Okay, voting for endorsements will be announced during a duly called meeting or via club, special media, and email channels.
I would
Voting-
say during a regular or special meeting, take out duly.
That's been there forever, but anyway.
I know, but make it sound like A down below.
Or special meeting.
A regular or special meeting. The thing is, we should be able to announce it all by social media between meetings.
Well, we know we will do both. It'll either be at a regular or special meeting, and we'll blast it via social media and email. Yes?
And by social media
On
and
social
email.
media and email channels. Yes, yes. Regular special meeting. And then down below, the same way.
Okay.
And by,
Okay, first we have to agree to amend this.
Okay, so we have to
Are
have
we
a
okay?
motion.
Yeah,
A
before
motion.
everybody dies on us here.
Okay, we have to have a motion to amend. I make a motion to amend section B as we discussed. Second?
second,
Okay. And all
Okay.
those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so then that takes us to section A, which can say exactly the same thing. Members may bylaws at a regular or special meeting or club social media channels. Now there's the rub, members shall be given at least 30 days notice.
and what
So,
we're proposing is the 14 days, right?
yes,
Okay. This is, and
so we just need to change it to 14 instead of 30.
okay, are we saying that we can only do bylaws at the meeting? No, we're saying that we can do it at a meeting or
Yes, club of social media.
on, but
Why can't it read like above?
well, voting won't necessarily always be online. But okay. Voting. 14 days.
Yeah,
Okay, but you're saying that we will announce the bylaws changes by meeting or via club media. So what I'm trying to say is make it read like that first sentence above. During a regular or special meeting and by social media and email channels. Not or below.
oh, wait, where's the or?
In section A. Right
Oh,
here. After
between
special
spec-
meeting or via club.
Yeah, okay, down below, between the words, shit, now I don't see it.
Put it back. It's just changing one word.
During a regular social meeting and by club. There's where you want it, right?
And there
Yeah.
you go. There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
That's it.
Okay, everybody happy with that?
Yes. That was a motion. All those in favor say yes.
Yep,
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
okay.
All right. So let's
That-
go to the
that
next.
completes the bylaws section.
Excellent.
Now we go to the addenda.
Let's see. And let me stop sharing. I can bring up the draft addenda if you wish.
Yeah, because that's the next one I want to talk about.
Okay, what do you see?
I see NETCoDems addendum to bylaws draft updated 2021-10-10. So you want to
Okay,
change that to
this
10:30,
yeah,
31, I guess. See, all the dates are going to have to be updated to 2021.
oh yeah, that's administrative.
Yeah. So you've got one thing, we could do the membership dues first and work backwards. Membership dues, we want to change to $20.
Okay, go backwards. All right.
Annual dues for 2021 should say 2022.
Okay, again, the dates are administrative and we don't have to vote on them. Oh, I'm sorry, disregard. I wasn't following you. But there's one word in paragraph 1. The addendum, okay, identifies methods or ways. But anyway, there was a typo there that needs to be corrected. And then
Oh.
down under dues, you want to slightly reword what I have here.
Yeah, just the annual dues for 2022 shall be $20 per individual.
Just take out the first sentence.
Okay,
Oh, for 2020. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I'll hold on. 2022 or $20 per individual.
annual dues for 2022 paid or on or after.
Let's see.
Okay, that's where I suggested we change it to December 1, 2021.
Well, no, it's actually okay. Let's see. Yours says
So if you pay them in
well,
December, what I'm trying to say is if you pay them in December for 2022, it starts at $20.
yeah. The yeah, we previously have that the dues for 2021 was $15.
Right.
And if they pay it in this month and this quarter, it's good for next year.
Yes. But that's why I want to
So-
cut the quarter off in
so-
December. So if you paid your dues in December, it's $20 for 2022.
Except those rules are in the bylaws.
Where?
Hold on. Let's see. Under Article 2 and
I didn't think it. I don't. Do I have them here?
Okay. Uh,
Okay, that's my sheet again.
I got your screen.
Yes.
Okay. Boom. And under the dues,
That's still my screen.
I've got your screen again.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, there's
You-
the, where's it talk about the dues?
okay. Fiscal year, sorry.
Well, that's the
in there.
fiscal year is the same. That's
Okay.
not to be changed.
And new members who join and pay dues for the last quarter of the fiscal year are considered to have paid for the following fiscal year.
Right.
So, and they published 2021 year was $15. We can't, so if they pay in December, they can pay $15 and be good for the year.
All right, let it go.
2022.
Let it go. I don't want to waste any more time on it. So let's just get down to, skip that one and go down to the current office and standing committees. That's really what I wanted to have everybody have a say on, because I want to really have
Oh.
committees, which means that say right now we don't have, I changed it so we don't have a phone bank captain or a boardwalk captain. Okay. Did I say that? Block walk, not boardwalk. What I'm proposing is that one of us in the executive committee take on that, but to form a committee, a real committee. For instance, if Carol, if you were to be the block walk captain, then you want to recruit one or two other people to actually do the work. So you would be an overseer. You're the part of the executive committee. So although you are the chair of that committee, you will invite other people to actually do the work. You see what I'm saying? The same way. I'm just
do.
okay. I'm not saying that you need to be the block walk captain. I'm just saying that would be the way it would be, should be handled. Okay. And that's true. Emil has been doing all the work himself as a BDR. We talked to that one young lady, I can't remember now her name, out at the ghost town, who I talked to about assisting you, you know, and she would be part of your committee if you choose to have her.
Hmm.
That's up to you. But that's the kind of thing I'm looking at, is to, these people will not be members of the executive committee. They will be your subcommittee and you will be chair of that committee. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. And
Okay. Am I showing you Sandra's
now
email right
I don't know
now?
what you're showing us, but it is not the bylaws.
No, we're not. This is, I'm trying to show the table that you emailed with names and
Oh, okay. Well, no, it's not. I just see Zoom and more than meetings. So it's your Zoom open. Let's see what I got in here.
What the hell?
Okay. Basically, it starts out with, it's a graph showing phone banking and block walking as both being vacant. And the following line is voter registration with the meal. Then digital communication, I have assigned and hoping you accept Mandy to that position. Program production, that's me. Data management is Idana. And then website administration is Tina. So while he's looking for that little table, how do you feel about your assignments? That's the first question I want to determine. Of course, Idana's not here. But I think when I first talked with her, that was supposed to be her assignment, was data management. She was going to be our van person. Okay. And I don't know where these names got changed, but we used to be different. I don't even know what they were now. But anyway,
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not finding things right now.
You want me to see if I can share?
do you have the, I sent it out to all of you in an email. Do you have it? I can't minimize my screen to go look for it because I'm recording.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can find it. Maybe I can get it here.
Okay, hang on. I think I can do this. Screen share. This one. Share. This one, right?
No, that's the actual bylaws that he's been going through.
Okay.
Those are the original. There. Okay, maybe I did not draft it. I think it was in the second one.
The second one was a PDF, and so we wouldn't be able to. Here we go.
I don't think the graph is in there, but you can scroll down. I think it was on a separate page.
Is this what you're seeing?
Yeah, what we're seeing is the addendums. So no, close that up and go to your email that reads changes to bylaws.
This is from the changes to bylaws.
Yeah, it's embedded in her email.
Okay. That's a different email. There it is. That one. Open that one up. The one you just, that one.
This one?
Yes. There
You
it
guys
is.
are seeing this right now?
Yes.
Scroll down on that. Scroll down on
There
that.
it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. As you see, Tina has the website administration, which I feel that is probably plenty for her. Data management is the van and that kind of thing for Idana. And then program production, I got to figure out what to do with each meeting. Digital communication would be really what I call the publicity. But all of you have worked on publicity at some point in time, you know, by either posting something or whatever. But I think we should have one central person that's, you know, responsible. And then, like I said, you can always recruit somebody to help you. people in our meetings. And I think a lot of it will be developing better membership if we can recruit some of these people. Just kind of give them some little job. But we have to, what?
Can we correct my last name?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I just spelled it. I'm sorry.
It's
What
okay.
is your last name?
Do we have to have a vote on that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I
No,
just need a
there's-
spelling.
Yeah, it should be R-A instead of U-M or N-U. It
It's
should be
R-A-M.
Yeah.
B-Y-R-A-M. Sorry, I just noticed that.
Well, at least you're paying attention. Actually, that was a test.
Okay,
Yay,
Spell
I
it for-
passed.
Tina, what's your last name?
B-R-Y-A-M.
B is in boy, Y is in yogurt, R is in Rachel, A is in apple, M is in Mary.
That's yogurt.
Okay. Now what I'm asking, I guess I'm asking you to agree with those positions and possibly like, okay, the phone banking and the block walking, both of those are kind of things that you can become a committee lead, the chairperson, and then we can recruit. And of course, that is going to involve data management, which means Idana will be part of that committee. What is it, ipso facto? Because we got to rely on her to pull any kind of, fan records. So I'm asking who would like to do that. I'm just asking you.
You can put my name on block walking with this caveat. I am working to try to fill other precincts with chairs that are in our area.
Yes.
I'm only working on 5, but there's probably 8 or 9 precincts that we need to work on. If I'm going to be a precinct chair coordinator, then I guess I'm block walking.
Well, now let me ask you, because this is something I was thinking about. Instead of the block walking, how about the phone banking?
Now,
And there again, well, see, we're going to have to these precinct chairs are going to have to be recruited. Now, do you want to recruit them via phone bank or do you want to recruit them via block walking? And
I don't want to recruit that way at all. These are 2 separate things in my mind. I see block walking as block walking / precinct chair organization.
Bingo.
Well, see, to me, I would see phone banking precinct organization.
Yeah. Well, looking at it from the standpoint that when we're directly supporting precinct chairs, it's normally in their precinct. And so I like the idea of having a precinct chair coordinator, coordination. And we probably are not going to do any block walking except in support of precinct chairs.
Yeah.
Well,
The precinct chairs can be my subcommittee.
or we do it the other way around. The precinct chair recruitment, or not just recruitment, but maintenance. I mean, what I used to do, and I simply haven't done it since the pandemic, but I used to meet regularly with some of the new precinct chairs, and I met every single one of them one-on-one when they first started, every single one of them. And then later on, I met with them in groups, like Cindy Mythcap, for instance, that still has her little, what we call the super precinct. She still has that group together. So I met with that group, and then just encourage them to do their own phone banking and block walking within their precincts. So rather than us have those individual functions, maybe we should have one that's called precinct chair support / recruit. And just have each one of those precincts chairs do their own phone banking and block walking under our assistance, guidance.
That's a plan.
You think
Do you
that'll
like
work better?
coordination or support better?
I like support. Simply because coordination really doesn't say a whole lot. You kind of get everybody together, but what do? No, we're actually going to support our precinct chairs. We're going to provide them assistance, whether it's Van through Idana, publicity maybe through Mandy, program production through me, helping them set up meetings and get maybe even a guest speaker to come to their place to talk about, because that's what I used to do years ago. And by years, I mean 2 or 3 years ago. Okay. And go to their meetings, and maybe I would be a guest speaker. Sometimes I would drag along, can't even think of her name now. Before Emil got so involved with our VDR work, I would bring the lady that used to be before Matt Flores. I can't even think of her name now. But I would take her with me. And then, of course, she'd teach everybody how to be a VDR at that same meeting. So I would give the precinct chairs purposes for having a precinct meeting. And I think that's what we need to start doing again. Because even with the education of TCDP, they're not going out there and hand holding. They're giving some lessons, but then nobody's following through. So you know what I'm saying? So I think we can take on that role.
Okay, then I propose that we put phone banking and block walking and replace it with precinct chair support. And I will be that incumbent and work with precinct chairs for whatever they want to do and put them in touch with whatever chair can help them.
Absolutely. Okay. That is a motion. I will second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Footnote, do we really want to kill phone banking as a separate activity? I love what you said about precinct chair support.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. And Carol's way she phrased it is fine, except for I see we did a lot of we did phone banking all over Texas.
Well, we can certainly leave it there as a separate function and leave it vacant until we find somebody who will fill that, and then we can certainly recruit somebody specifically for phone banking for the club, not for necessarily for our precincts, except in assistance.
Right.
But
okay, so just an extra chair, and I be precinct chair support.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
And we're going to drop block walking at the moment.
Yeah.
From the list.
I would leave that in there.
Well, we probably won't do much. We can leave it in there, and it probably won't become very important until next September or October, for the election coming up in November.
Yeah,
so
I would leave that in there because some neighborhoods are better to block walk and others are phone bank precincts.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say leave them both in there and just add my extra.
Okay, I'll buy that. Motion made to amend accordingly. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, do it. Great. That's the thing I was most concerned about, and now I'm very pleased with it. Now, I didn't hear from you, Mandy. Are you okay with the digital communication, which translates to publicity? Mandy? Are you there?
Sorry, I was looking for the unmute button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I mean, that's pretty much what I've been in charge of and executed rather half-assedly lately. Apologies.
Yes. Well,
right.
Now you have official assignment, so you can't be half-assed anymore. But here's the thing,
but
too.
Mandy, I can always help you. So
I was just going to say, Tina's
and I can help.
Tina's got the camera. you know?
Right.
And definitely, you're gonna work together just because of the nature of your jobs, so to speak.
Delegate, delegate, delegate.
Okay. Yeah. It would just be helpful. Like, I know that we probably have discussed it before, but if there's a description of each of these jobs and chairs and what, a list of bullet points of main things to cover, like for me, like each month or whatever that I need to do.
Okay, I will work on that because I know
Okay.
that there's a couple of things I always want you to do, and that's create a flyer.
Right.
That's number one.
Or,
And then,
there may be things that are just, happen to come up occasionally that aren't, recurrent so much, and that's fine too.
yeah, well, and it's just the nature of every one of these things that's going to happen. And the once you create the flyer, of course, I'd like to see it first, and then upon my approval, you will publish it in every single place you can. And there again, that's where Tina can come in to assist. We want it on the website, the Facebook page, and there's 2 of them. And I have yet to figure out what the hell Facebook is doing. I have posted so many things that don't show up, and I don't know why.
Because they're
And
probably deleted.
before I post, I mean, when I post them,
Well, Facebook has an algorithm. If they think it's too political, they will delete it.
what's too political?
It doesn't matter. They're censoring people. That's what Facebook is doing right now. So they'll make it so people won't see it.
Mhm.
Well, most of what I publish is usually articles, either from the Texas Tribune, which is my favorite, or some of those things, and they simply do not show up.
So they're on a mission of censorship right now, because anything that they don't agree with or they find as misinformation, they'll delete it. That's just the way. That's how social media works. Even Twitter, they're all based in censorship right now because a small group of people are screaming the loudest and they're afraid to hurt everybody's feelings. So yeah, so that's really what's going on. It's the algorithm that's picking up. I mean, it could be something as simple as they don't understand context in their algorithm, so that's why it's picking it up. So and because everything is so political, they're trying to keep everything neutral because they're all freaking out. Facebook, I mean, they have that big whistleblower. That's kind of a big deal right now. So
Okay, let's do this. Let's put in Facebook, Twitter, whatever, new information. Check our website. How's that?
sounds better. Yeah, drive them to the website because
Yeah.
that's where we're not censored. I mean, that's why websites are so important, because everything we publish, it's ours, and no one's going to censor us. So
Okay.
that's why I'm big on I really have an issue with Facebook and Twitter, with them having so much control over our political system right now, because what they say goes. I mean, they ban people, and I mean, it's a real issue. So
Yeah, and it is crap. And the more they change Facebook, the less I like it.
right.
So it's just fine with me. Let's just point everybody to our website. And then, of course, Tina, you're going to have to deal with that because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. How do I put this article out there? How do I do that? You and
Well,
Emil.
So what we need to do is we got to recruit bloggers. We got to get people that write. That would be really beneficial for our group, because if we had people that wrote articles, all we have to do is publish them, and we can do it with a graphic. And that's really what it is, that you get the information out there, is utilize our blog.
I know the very first one I'm going to talk to is David Albert. He always has something to say.
Yes.
He says it on Facebook. So I want him to say it on our website.
Yeah,
And
and we can,
he wanted to present on redistricting. So yeah, turn him loose.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what we need, and we need people to subscribe to our blog and start subscribing, and that will get us the data that we need. We could get more membership that way. I mean, you utilize the website as though it's our own personal Facebook, because we have full control of the content.
Okay.
And between Emil and I, we can figure out the technical part of like how to make it happen. Sometimes it might take longer than others, like how to redo things, because we have to look up apps and we have to test it. And Emil is, my sounding board, but that's really what you have. I think it's better, than Facebook. Then you can vet people. Like they have to have a legitimate email address. Like you wouldn't have this John Smith's information because you're already vetting. You have full control. And that's, but that's just me. That's just how I feel about everything. I like having control of my content and everything else. I don't like to be beholden to everybody if everybody hasn't figured that out yet. So
what we've already set up is we have a forum and we have news.
Mm-hmm.
News is for posting things that are not necessarily for discussion. Okay. For example, the news is that we have new bylaws or something like that. All of the stuff that's on Facebook, most of the stuff that's on Facebook right now, that is not an announcement of an event, should go in our forum. If you go to the forum, it will set. There's a little thing on the forum to get an account. You put that in. Either Tina or I will approve you as a member, and then you will have a log on for the forum. And you can post articles, comment, other people. I've had one person so far, other than Tina and myself, for actually completing that process, if I'm not mistaken. That one person, I've forgotten his name. He hasn't posted anything, but he wanted to sign up for the forum to be a poster.
Is it complicated in any way?
No.
No, it's
Okay.
very simple. It's very simple, and we can use engaging. Like Sandra, you can post a topic for discussion every month to engage people, and we could, let's get, controversial. Get people to go to the website. Be a little bit risky on our content. That's how you get eyeballs on your website. Talk about things that people are afraid to talk about. That's, that's an option for the forum. To have these honest conversations and not have
the only point of confusion would be if you already have a Wix password for our website. Sandra has one, I have one, who else does. That is already your forum password. So you just log in with that name and password.
Oh, damn. How do I find out what that is?
Oh, you have the master password, Sandra.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you already have a password. Sandra, I can show you everything. You just have to log in. It's your email and password, since you own the website anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just go to the forum section and you just create a topic, and I could go over that with you. We could schedule time to practice, and we could Zoom, and that's not a problem. So
okay. All right. Let me see, play around with it, and then I'll get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got that out of the way. Then let's concentrate on just when we do our announcements, we'll just see our website. And of course, if we have a flyer, we do want to post that there on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like for our next meeting, I'd like to see a flyer with something about James Tellerico, Greg Kassar, and Bridget Shea. And she is going to talk about the climate change conference she went to in Glasgow, Scotland. Okay, so that's very important. If you can get that done, Mandy, as soon as you do, then we'll start publicizing our next meeting. So that's taken care of. The rest of the bylaws, I don't think I had any suggestions.
Okay.
What?
Okay, I have one thing. Okay, after everybody else has had any say that they want, I will incorporate these latest changes about block walking, precinct chair support, the names and so on. I'm going to ask each of you who are named to review my little paragraph that I put in of, which is not what is in the old one, but I've rewritten a little 1 or 2 paragraph blurb about what the job is. I would like you to tell me if you want to improve. Then I'll put out to all of you by email a new set of addenda to approve by email.
Okay,
And that the only thing is that I still want to take the dues for 2022 to $20 per individual, or not if y'all don't like that. And the annual dues paid on or after January 1st, 2022.
okay. But yeah, we'll just change it to $20 and that's it.
I have a question I just saw as Emil was scrolling down through the digital communication, and one of them was the email group. And
That's our
I'm
groups.io.
right.
Okay.
I might have trouble with that.
Okay, right now I'm in the list of, you have trouble getting in it or trouble being
Trouble
responsible for it?
being in charge of it or posting in it.
Yeah, the digital communication, no, this is not a list of things to you to post, but things for your committee. I'm a member of your committee.
Oh, okay.
And I do the website and the YouTube channel, a website with Tina, a YouTube channel, and I do the group, the
okay, cool.
email group. And
All right.
actually, Sandra does a lot of posting on the email group also. So that the intent is that you already have a committee, and you're doing most of the posting on Facebook and Twitter.
And now the website,
Okay.
the website.
Yeah, well, she'll be a website poster, but right now I am the as far as news and stuff, posting the website. And also, Tina and I have to do things like put badges on. Like I put the badge on there about Prop A, and after the election, I'll change the badge to, or may have already, whatever. Like the next meeting is on the website.
But we haven't got the flyer or anything about the next meeting. We just have a date and time, right?
Right, a date and place.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes. So I will not have more YouTube channels until we make new videos. And
Well, that's something I want to think about, is how we can do the Zoom at our personal meeting. I mean, I was thinking could have, like, we've got a Zoom meeting right now. I was wondering if I could turn my camera around. And I don't know. I don't see. I don't know if I can do that or not, but I was thinking there'd be one way to record it.
yeah, the way to record it is with the external camera and an external mic running through a computer that's hosting it. And that's a little bit beyond my current capabilities for me to do.
I wonder if Tina can do that with her camera. She's got a very expensive setup.
You'll have to talk to
her,
Tina about that.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I got some things to do. I got to follow up with the website and see what I don't know about it, and I got to find out if she can use her camera. Do you?
Or if you hang on for just a minute after everybody else is gone.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything?
So Emil's going to amend the addenda and send it back out to us. And we're to all give input.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
I'm
we'll have it ready to present at the meeting in November. to the membership.
Okay.
Oh, Jane. Jane? I don't know if you can hear me or not. I can see your picture, but I can't hear you.
What?
Okay, what I'd like from you, and this is gonna have to be kind of ongoing, is
Mhm.
a membership list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know it's changed since the last time you ran a list for us.
Well, I sent one out like within about a past week, but
The past week?
I never got it.
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I haven't
But,
seen
but we
it.
also have the question from people who don't know whether they're paid up or not. How can we tell whether we're paid up or not?
It
Hmm.
should be, what our membership list is those people who are paid.
Yes.
Right. But how does Susie member find out whether she's current?
Mm. Yeah, they have to ask or something. Dimple is not current, by the way. You're thinking about her.
Can you send emails to those people that are on our list that are not current?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a
so-
reminder to ante up
Yeah.
for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also tell them that right now it's $15 and it's going up after January 1st.
Right. And Pflugerville, the dues are 20 there.
Yeah, I know.
Group. And I'm in that group too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, to be considered, and I'm ambivalent on it at the moment, we can post a list of members.
Well, I was wondering about that. We could put that in our website.
The question is, do we want to?
That's exactly why I haven't brought it up. I'm not sure about it.
Me too.
And
Some people aren't going to want to be published.
that's it. That's exactly right.
Right. What if it was like a document that we had, there's places like in our Facebook group page where we can have documents. We could have it there so that people could look at it, but not, it would have to be updated occasionally because it probably wouldn't be like a live document like a Google sheet, but we could at least have it in there and
Somebody just knock at the door.
update it around times when there's a vote about to happen or something.
Mm-hmm.
I know our group is supposed to be private, right? But I'm not sure how
Yes.
private that really is.
It is private. I think you can only see the post in it if you're a member, I think.
Well, that's supposed to be the theory.
I don't think that's true.
I think it might be true. It's just what is definition of Facebook's, because I don't trust them anymore.
I would rather it be on our website.
Well, we can have it, but then anybody could look at it.
Yes.
Unless
it's
we
hard.
Well, we could. It is possible to have a members only area where you could log in or something. I don't
Yeah.
know how to do that stuff, but
Yeah, the website, part of it is very public, but then we also have that, like the forum, which is a sign in, got to create an account.
But anybody can read it.
right, that's
Yeah.
still not secure enough for any
That's not secure
confidential.
enough.
Well,
Professional organizations, you get a password to open your account, and only paid members, can see the membership list.
I'm just
to
wondering,
think
can
about
we
that.
do something like that? Would you talk to Tina, maybe Emil, about possibly doing that?
Yeah.
And the thing is, we'd have to have, like, past due members need to be able to access it to determine that they are in fact past due.
That's true.
But once you're a member, then you stay in there. And if you become, what's the word?
Inactive or something. Well, it
that's-
could be, if you've been a member the past like 3 years or something, you could still have access or something like that.
Yeah, we could set a time limit.
or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
how that would be done, but
I think that's a better idea to put it in the website instead of Facebook, just because I just don't know what Facebook
I'm
is.
hating Facebook.
Me too. I just don't even want to, I don't know. Just don't
Yeah.
like it.
The,
And I,
the problem is how to create a page where people are look up to see if they're a member, that they have to be a member of to see the page.
yeah, that's what I said. It's only for past members. We'd have to put everybody in there.
Yeah. But if somebody wants to know if they're a member, they probably won't have an account to look at it.
well, that's what we were saying. Like, if they've paid dues like any time in the past couple of years, they could have access or something. But
Well,
you got to figure out how to get them.
maybe we just need to do it like we are currently doing it, and they email the executive committee to ask if they're a paid up member.
Right.
That would keep it within the executive committee.
Right. And then if we all have access, then any one of us would be able to check and
Yeah.
get back to them in an amount of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, Jane is the only one that has that information. That's not anywhere except where Jane keeps it.
Right.
So does that mean we want to have a private page on the website that
Yeah.
Jane maintains? Or do we want to continue with Jane and Jane's just the one that has to look it up and none of us can?
Well,
Well,
or what if it was just Jane, if Jane has it in a Google Doc, or if Jane has it in an Excel spreadsheet or something, she makes that shareable to the rest of us or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you keep that stuff, Jane? What kind of database do you use?
Where is this?
Excel spreadsheet.
I think it was an
Yeah,
Excel.
it's an Excel. Am I on?
But
Okay, yeah, I'm on.
I
Uh-huh.
think we can. I think we may have for the executive committee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm see. We can put a either a file or a database on our groups.io page that anybody that, well, all of us can look at.
The executive committee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do we do that? Because I
Yeah.
don't know how to look at the groups IO.
You have to log into the web page, and then it's the things we can have polls, we can have chats, we can we've got a directory of our memories of our members. We could have a photo file, but there's a section for files.
Okay.
Where she would just post the file there,
Okay.
upload a file, and there's also one to have an online table that she could fill it out on the web on the page.
Okay, as long as she has access and knows what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it would
Yeah.
change every time
Which-
she tweaked it.
Beg pardon?
And it would change every time she tweaked it, so that anytime we looked in there, it would be up to date.
The table would be one that she just posts it right there in the table, and sort of like having a Google sheet. That's something else we could do it totally independent of what we already use. Is she could have a Google sheet and just give the executive committee viewing authority.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing it in Excel, do a Google sheet that.
Yeah, I don't like Google. But
Yeah, I mean, these are just options. I have not played around with the database thing, but it works somewhat like that. but then it would require you, Jane, to log in to the webpage for Groups.io,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
then enter the data in that and remove data and so on, just keeping it up to date.
Yeah, I found that.
Hypothetic-
I sent that on the 22nd, the members list, but anyway, I sent it again.
Well,
The,
you can do that, but then why don't you get together with Emil and see if you
Yeah.
could work that out somehow?
Yeah, that'd
to
be
get it on-
good to have
Okay,
it list handy. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. I'll let you two work that out then.
Mm-hmm.
I lied. I did get it.
Okay.
But anyway, but I didn't have a lot of text with it, so it's like, yeah.
Okay,
Not
I'll
if
have
it's
to check.
hard to
I only
search.
have 469 emails, so I might be.
I have over 3,000, so it's like, okay.
Oh God, I get rid of them faster than that. Good Lord, I'd never find anything.
Yeah.
And I sometimes just go delete, 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 delete.
Yeah. After it's been a while and you go, oh, this is not valid anymore, then you can.
Yeah. Okay, anything else before we close for today?
I
Okay.
think we did good work.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That always gives
Okay.
me a good feeling. So Emil and I want to stay on, so the rest of you go about your business and watch your emails so you can approve the, when he gets the revisions made, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.